Motivated Mind with Jen Cole. I am Jen, and I am so glad that you're here. I am so excited that you're here to do part 2 of the Wall of Choices that I'm doing. Last time we talked about the foundational choices that we make that change our life on such a great big scale. And now we're talking about the middle of the wall. If you remember, I made this little scale about a wall and how it affects us, and the foundation choices, the core beliefs of who we are, can change the way that we see whether or not we're going to be able to get through those problems and get through those struggles. And if you want reliable, relatable information, if you want honest answers to real life questions, then go ahead and hit subscribe now before you forget, and the bell, ding ding, so that you don't miss anything that's going on. I'm just so excited to be able to do this part 2 because this is something that I really believe in. I believe that it is choice by choice that we put our life back together. It is choice by choice that we create the life that we want to have. And we talked about the foundational choices. That video will be in the description and right up here. It will be on one of the end cards at the end of the video so that you can watch that if you haven't seen it yet. It talks about those big important decisions, you know, whether or not we go to treatment or stop doing things that we know we're not supposed to do. Those big drastic foundational changes in our life, and how the way that we see ourselves affects whether or not we're going to get through those tough times in our life. But today we're talking about middle of the line, little bitty decisions that, are they really little though after all? Are they really little the way that we, you know, how we're eating every day, whether we're smoking? Like I made a commitment that March 1st, that's it, I'm done, no more cigarettes. I should have quit a long time ago, but I have quit before and I started back. And now I've made a commitment to myself that come March 1st, there will be no more cigarettes. I will not buy any. I will not smoke anymore. And that's really hard for me because that's kind of like a vice that I have. It's an outlet. But those little choices every day are adding up to me being out of breath and me not feeling so good about myself and just not feeling good in general. And I'm sending in my eyes. Just those choices every day is what this is kind of about. Those little bitty middle of the wall brick choices that if you remove them one by one, it's going to have a grave effect. We are doing some construction in here. My husband just redid the kids' bedroom, painted it and all that stuff. He did a phenomenal job. And now we are doing in my office, so that's one of my walls halfway painted and things are kind of all over the place. But it's pretty soon it's going to be all redone, and I can't wait to show you. I'm super excited about it. My kids are in the living room running around playing, but that's nothing new. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've never been here, then welcome. And you know a couple things about me, let me tell you if you don't. One, I am in recovery, and I talk very openly and honest, very candid about my struggles with addiction, depression, trauma, things like that, and what it's like being a mom in recovery. And I don't believe I'm alone in some of this, and most of any of this, actually. I don't believe that I'm alone. But it is not uncommon for my kids to be a part of these videos because they need my attention sometimes. Sometimes they need things from me. They want to tell me what the other one is doing. And if you look back at my videos, you will see one or more of my kids in the videos, because I believe that I wanted to see that you can accomplish anything. And being a mom does not limit you from creating the life that you want. Being a mom should not make you feel like you're limited on being able to aspire to do the dreams and the things that the goals that you have. You should not feel like you're limited on living the life that you want because you're a mom. It should add things to your life. And there's so many women that I talk to that feel like they're limited on the things that they can do because they're a mom. And that's really sad, because being a mom is an amazing experience. It really is. The fact that your kids look up to you and they look to you for guidance, and you're the person that they see for safety and support and security and love, and you're the one that they want when they're sick, it's an amazing, rewarding, stressful, high intense, high energy job. So I do my videos in the midst of the kids running around in different rooms of my house. The other video I did about the walls of choices, I did that video in the kitchen because the lighting was really good that day. But today I've decided to do this one in here, and I wanted to talk really candidly with you guys today about those everyday choices. We've talked about those little struggles, but now I'm talking more about the choices that we make. The choices that we make on a daily basis of how we're going to eat, or if we're smoking, or if we're deciding to work out that day, or how much we're willing to put into the business we're trying to grow, or how much time we're sleeping, or those little bitty choices. Are you going to get up early to be able to work out? Are you going to stay up late and watch TV? Or are you going to stay up late and work on your whatever you're working on? Are you going to make those little choices to put your homework off if you've decided to go back to school? It's those little bitty decisions, those middle of the wall choices that they don't affect you in an immediate, humongous way, to where, you know, eating one donut doesn't affect you, but just continually eating like that is going to affect you overall. And I really like this analogy of the wall because there's so many different ways that you can go with this. Talking about the studs of the wall, and that's our core beliefs, the foundation of the wall, those big foundational decisions, those choices that we have to make that affect us in big ways. Whether you're going to have a baby, whether you're going to go back to school, if you're going to go for that promotion, if you're going to get married, if you're going to leave that abusive relationship, if you're going to go to treatment, if you're going to whatever that looks like for you. And I believe that it's easier to see those big decisions because those have such a grave impact on us right away. But those everyday choices is ones that it's hard to see that it's really affecting us. How is me eating this right now, or how is me staying up too late really going to hurt anything? How is it going to affect anything? But night after night of staying up late causes you to be sleep deprived, and you're not getting enough sleep. Day after day of not drinking enough water, day after day of smoking cigarettes, day after day of not working out, not exercising, not doing the things that you're supposed to do, time after time of putting off your work, your homework, time after time of those little things, time after time of spending money that you really shouldn't be spending. You know, those add up to big things. Just like in the opposite way, if you make those little choices every day to get up and work out, get up early to get your day started so that your day doesn't start you. I've talked about this before. That's why I started talking about all this stuff, because once I found purpose in what I was doing, and once I really imagined my life as a platform and a stage, and I could see the things in my life as like boxes or signs or what have you, and I really started grasping the concept of purpose, my platform of purpose. When I really grasped that and got it, that you could actually be motivated and excited about your life, I became so excited that I wanted to bottle up how I felt and sell it I'm sorry. I was talking to somebody else about their sales today, so that's on my brain. I wanted to bottle up how I felt and give it to everybody. I just wanted everybody to be so excited and so motivated and so on board with finding purpose in their life that I started doing these videos, and I started doing videos in recovery groups. And I was like, okay, maybe like 2 people will watch it or something, the people that are bored. But I got such a great response from that. I'm like, people might actually think that they like what I'm saying. And then I did a couple more videos in the groups, and then I did a live on Facebook, and I was so nervous that it was going on my regular Facebook feed. And I got such an overwhelming response. Somebody said, Jen, this is YouTube stuff. Like, put this on YouTube. And I'm like, well, I don't know. So I played around with it for a little bit. I made those little decisions to put it off every day. I kept making a choice to doubt myself, not see myself as being like worthy of YouTube, as if it's some, you know, throne room or something. It's YouTube. It's tube for you. It's you on TV. My 5-year-old says, Mommy, I want to be in one of your movies. He wants to make that Jello cup with me from an orange peel, and I haven't made that yet because I haven't been able to like, catch a time to where he's not wanting to play like video games with his dad, or he's not doing his homework or what have you. So I kept doubting myself and making those choices to put it off, and then I made the bigger choice, the foundational choice, because it affected me in a bigger way, to go ahead and do it. And I had like 4 subscribers at first, and then I remember when I hit 10 subscribers, I was like, oh my god, I'm in double digits, I can't believe it. I'm like, I can't even imagine when I get to like 20. And then I got so busy with making the content and figuring out what content would really be quality, not just quantity. I really wanted to be impactful when I talk. And then I was, you know, trying to go forward with my Planners on Purpose business, and then also my writing that I get to do. That is my dream job I have. I get to write for magazines, and I get to be creative, and I get to have that creative outlet, and it's an outlet, and it's healing for me to be able to write about. You know, I get to pick from topics, or sometimes they give me assignments, but for the most part, I get to write about pretty much whatever I want, depending on what magazine that I have something from an editor. And so I got busy with all of that stuff, and the next thing I know, I had 30 subscribers, and then I checked again and I had 33 and 35, and I'm just like, I can't believe that this is growing. And it's because of those little choices that I started making in the right directions. It's those little choices that I started making in every day. I made a conscious choice to get up in the morning and treat my business at home like a regular job, to start to clock in at the same time every morning and get up and take care of my personal stuff before I had to actually start working. My personal stuff meaning not just, you know, taking a shower and stuff, but like my gratitude list and my own recovery stuff and praying and all that before I start working, because those things will make your business grow. I've had some people ask me about how I got started writing at home and working from home because, you know, they just had a baby, or they don't want to keep doing daycare, or they don't, or whatever, they don't want to continue to work from somebody, they want to work from home. And my first thing that I would tell them is, you need to sit down and start seeing what kind of choices that you can make, to see if it's really something that you can move forward, and what do you want to do. And if you're doing it just to not have to pay for daycare, then what kind of work are you wanting to do to where your kids can be there but not be like preventing you from doing what you're doing? If you're wanting to do a call center job from home, then that's a little tricky when you have kids running around and dogs barking and things like that. I did a video talking about ways to start working at home. That is on my wall also. Go to my channel wall. It's called, you know, I answer questions about stuff. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I talk about working at home and how you get started with writing. When you go to a website on a magazine, at the bottom of the page you can look up, it'll say careers or work for whatever that magazine name is, and you can submit your work. That is how I started working for one of the magazines that I write for. So that's really exciting. And then I also work for The Platform, which is a web magazine, to where I have a lot of free creative outlet with that. I get to handle the advertising and the layout of the magazine and what order the articles go in. Of course, somebody else kind of has to, like, I chose to have somebody oversee it. You cannot have that. Come here. You can't. That's gonna hurt. Come here with mommy. Come here. So as I was saying, it's not abnormal for my kids to be in these videos, because, you know, this is part of being a mom, and this is what we do. So I was talking about The Platform magazine, that I have a lot of creative freedom with being able to decide, like, the advertising and the layout of the magazines and things. And those are all things that I had to make little choices about how much I was actually going to be involved, because when you want to work from home, it's so that you can stay home with your family. But if you're so caught up in doing these things that you're not actually being involved with your family, then that's out of balance, and that's not that's not going to make you feel good about the decisions you're making and those little everyday choices. It's not going to make you feel proud of yourself? And I always tell people, like, is this going to move you in a direction to where you're going to feel good about yourself? Is this going to move you in a direction to where you're going to be proud of who you are and the things that you're doing? So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about those, you know, like I said, it's those little middle of the ground choices. And we're back. So those little choices every day that we make that affect us on a big scale, you know, those are things that is going to keep that wall built and that wall from crumbling down if you're making the right choices. And in the same way, if you're making bad choices and wrong choices, then that wall is going to start to crumble and fall apart around you. Don't take those stickers off. So it is in the little decisions that make big things happen, good or bad. If you continue to make those what you think is small decisions, as to just keep using one more day, or just keep drinking one more day, or just stay in that relationship that's not so great one more day, then it's going to cause you a lifetime of misery. So we've talked about the foundational decisions, we've talked about the little bitty choices, the middle of the road decisions, and so what's next coming up on the next video is the top choices. What is at the very top of our wall? Those daily choices that we make that affect how, not just how we look, but what life are you wanting to create? What is the appearance of the life that you want to create? What decisions and what choices can you make on a daily basis to affect how your life looks? Not just to other people, but you. Does your life look satisfying to you? Are you content with how your life looks? We've talked about how you feel. We've talked about how your life feels, but now, does your life look like the life that you want? Are you making choices? Here's a decision and here's a choice. A decision is a thought that you're going to do something. A choice is what you're actually doing. We can make a choice not to do something, but the decision is the thought and the choice is the action of doing something or not doing it. That's how I think about that anyway. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've gotten anything out of this, please let me know in the comments below. Share this video if you think it would help somebody. My kids decided that they didn't want to participate anymore. As quick as they came, they decided to run off and go play again. And that's just part of it. And I hope you've got something out of this. Take a little bit of this with you today. Take some good choices with you and try to make one choice today that's better than a choice that you made yesterday. And whatever choice it is that you make today, ask yourself if you're going to be proud of that choice that you made today. I'm Jen Cole, and I approve this message, and until next time, bye-bye.